maneji, musaro pepper spray, musaro pe maneji, izindi enjila, ochingilisa ututu, neba, ukazikona muneti neba, malaria sisanka iwe neba, so protect your family, my neighbor. It ends with me. It ends with Malaria me. Will end with Malaria you. Ends with me. It ends with you. It ends with me.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from the Churches Health Association of Zambia, CHAZ.
Ozeron Funeral Services, under the supervision of Mr. Ronald Chimpanga, the Director of Operations, offers the following services: body care, caskets, coffins, tombstones, and long-distance transport. We also provide tents, chairs, and lowering machines. Find us in Lusaka at UTH and Charleston. Contact us on the number 0976 1612 13, that is 0976 161213, or contact us via our 24/7 hotline on 0975 442107. We also have branches in Monze, Luansha, Chongwe, and Livingston. Funeral Services. Come for affordable and quality service.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's almost. Your gateway to the north is loading in preparation for those wanting to explore the region. That's right, Kasama Airport has been upgraded and will soon be opening doors to travelers. Explore Kasama through your gateway to possibilities. Zambia Airports Corporation Limited. Keep flying.
Wow, that over there is a very nice Ford. Have you seen it?
Of course. I have been looking at it since we got here. My manage such vehicles and where they buy genuine parts from.
Sure, there's nowhere else apart from Shuma Auto Parts. They are the only supplier of genuine Ford and Mazda parts, which comes straight from the manufacturer. They have everything in stock for both latest and ordinary Mazda and Ford. They also stock service parts such as diesel filters, air con filters, diesel pumps, steering pumps, turbochargers, engine overhaul gaskets, suspension parts, and body parts. If they don't have parts you're looking for, they can order within 5 to 10 working days. To top it up, Shuma Auto Parts also supply Maxxis tires. On Chandram Sonda Road, Cruiser Auto Workshop in Lusaka. Call on 0979 192057 and 0960 7235. Email shumaautoparts@gmail.com. Shuma Auto Parts for all your genuine vehicle parts.
The happy world of 5FM Radio. Contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM main news. The headlines. 4 children die in unclear circumstances in Siavonga district. Kampiongo warns people sponsoring anarchy in the PF not to destabilize Michael Sata Memorial Service. Ghana limited gas supply triggers nationwide power outage. This news bulletin is also streaming live on the 5FM Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia. And now with the main news in detail, Herbert Mutabi. 4 children have died in unclear circumstances in Siavonga district after consuming cassava. Confirming the development in a statement, Police Deputy Public Relations Officer Danny Mwale said Says preliminary investigations indicate that on October 26th, 2023, between 10 hours and 11 hours, the children were given cassava by the grandmother of one of the children, identified as Eunice Manyepa, aged 48, of the same village, and it is alleged that she equally ate together with other family members. Police officers were informed around 15 hours the 4 children started vomiting and were taken to Nabutezi Clinic, where they are to be were rushed to Siavonga District Hospital, where they were pronounced dead around 20 hours. Mr. Mwale says that 3 of the children are from one identified as Onet Manyepa, aged 3, who was from the neighborhood in the same village. He says that the other children were identified as Abigail Chalika, aged 2, Stephanie Maocha, and Selina Monga, both aged 4, all of Wutete village, Chief Simamba in Siavonga district. Mr. Mwale says same hospital mortuary waiting for post-mortem, and the police suspect foul play. In Chief Whip Stephen Kampiong during anarchy in the PF not to destabilize tomorrow's commemoration of the 9th memorial service for the party founder and Zambia's Chilufya Sata. Speaking briefing today, Mr. Kampiongo says that the party has survived this far because they understand what vision they let as a pro. He says that the party is determined and will follow the rule of law, whether the PF is defended, and has encouraged all the party members across the country to celebrate the life of Mr. Sata from their respective districts. He says that the PF members are ready to politically meet the people who are tomorrow. Mr. Kampiongo says that the party will not allow anyone, not even his relatives, to destroy what Mr. Sata left.
To all of you, our members, please don't feel discouraged. We are encouraging you wherever you are. We know that all of you cannot make it to Lusaka to come and be with us at his resting place, but you are going to do in remembering him, do it in the provinces, the districts, or even in the constituencies, because this is a very important day to all of us. So those who are sitting and scheming anarchy, meet them politically and legally.
Kamfinsa Member of Parliament Christopher Kangombe has charged that the UPND has failed to manage the fuel supply chain in the country. Mr. says that the UPND made citizens believe that one its policies in the energy sector will be impressive, but the opposite has happened. He says that the fuel supply chain for the country has been mismanaged. The negative impact of its policies has been felt, but Kangombe says the petroleum subsector is clearly in a mess, and all marketing companies are predicting fuel price at next review to reach 30 per litre. He says only one supplier has been authorized to procure fuel, and this is a serious public concern requiring immediate correction. Mr. Kangombe says that there is need for urgent public policy review. The price paid by consumers is affordable and the fuel reaches the service stations in good time.
Complaint from different stakeholders like the OMCs who are now, when the price reviews are done, we might see a jump in the fuel pricing to 32 kwacha a litre, which will continue to affect other sectors of our economy. So first of all, government needs to acknowledge that they've mismanaged this particular fuel supply chain.
The Lusaka Integrated Solid Waste Management Company, the conviction in the case of the people versus BUK Spare Limited at the Lusaka Fast Track Court Civic Center. In a matter that was presided by Magistrate Piri, BUK Spare Parts Limited was charged with an offense of failure to register with a legally established solid waste service provider contrary to the Solid Waste Regulation and Management Act number 20 of 2018 of the laws of Zambia. Organization Public Relations Officer Siri Muntanga says the facts are that BUK Spare Parts Limited pleaded not guilty to the offense of a legal service provider in their area. Ms. Muntanga says the organization called 4 witnesses who testified against BUK Spares Limited, while BUK called 2 witnesses to testify in court. She says in a judgment that was delivered by Magistrate Piri found BUK Spares Limited guilty and convicted them according fined a sum of 15,000 kwacha in default, warrant of distress to be issued. Ms. Muntanga has appealed to all business owners and residents of Lusaka City to subscribe for solid protection to legal service providers in their areas to avoid litigation.
Facts are that Bulk Spare Parts Limited pleaded not guilty to the offense of not subscribing to a legal service in the area. The Lusaka Integrated Solid Waste Management Company called witnesses who testified against Bulk Spare Parts Limited, while Bulk Spare Parts Limited called 2 witnesses to testify in court. However, in a judgment by Hon Piri, found Bulk Spare Parts Limited guilty and convicted them accordingly.
In other stories trending this evening. Mines and Minerals Development Minister Paul Kaboya aware that a group of youths in Mufulira gathered at Butondo Road with an intention to understand if the Mopani Black Mountain was given to Jubilee Metals Limited, a South African company, at their hands. Called for concerted efforts from all residents to do their part in keeping homes clean and eating cleaned and cooked foods to avoid germs. Up next, business news.
Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Agricultural expert Oliver Bulaya has applauded President Hakainde Hichilema's call to farmers to transform and increase production levels. Yesterday, during the President Hakainde Hichilema called on farmers to transform and increase production levels. Dr. Bulaya says that the country is currently in times of high cost of imports, rising pests and diseases due to climate change, and the demand for maize is very high, and these are affecting the sector. He says over many years the unit area have remained very low, and the cost of seed, because it is part of inputs. Dr. Bulaya says that the cost of fertilizer, though low, cannot guarantee stability because of lack of competition. Fertilizer is already selling at 900 kwacha. When it immediately rains, it will go beyond 1,000. He says government must restructure extension to farmer ration, as this is the only way more extension officers will be employed to bring extension closer to farmers, other than 2020 camps to manage over 2 million smallholder farmers.
The government must to provide fertilizer and seeds become, cheaper within the means of our farmers. They can buy as many as possible, as well as increase hectareages. This is one way that will help our small farmers without depending on the government or the FISIP, so that they stand, on their own.
5FM Radio Business News. You Carrington Commerce, Trade and Industry, local and global. Business to keep you informed about business.
In foreign news, many parts of Ghana are in darkness due to a lack to generate electricity in the country. Power distribution firm Ghana Grid Company Limited, Gridco, says that the situation has caused a supply 550 megawatt plant near the capital, Accra. This is about 10% of the country's total capacity. Here's a roundup from the BBC.
Large parts of Ghana used to generate power. The power distribution firm Ghana Grid Company said the cuts might continue for days. The Ugandan government has been criticised for plans on the road after 2 foreign tourists killed earlier this month. Ugandans have said that the local guide who died alongside them should have the same honour. The group's vehicle was torched by the Islamic State-linked group ADF. Spokesman says over 400,000 people, half of them children, abused by Catholic clergy. He accused the church of downplaying the problem. An alliance of ethnic insurgent groups in Myanmar says it's captured a town in China after attacking the military in the northeast. The alliance took control of government posts across Shan State. Hundreds of people have fled to China.
In sports news, the 18 squad, coached by veteran Patrick Piri, is ready for tomorrow's clash with their Malawian counterparts, set for the newly refurbished David Kaunda Stadium in Chipata. Piri of greats, that is, with former Malawi greats that comprise the likes of Esau Kanyenda, Patrick Mabedi, Jim Zakaza, Joseph Kamwendo, Fisher Kondowe, Russell Mwafulirwa, and Bob Mpinganjira. The Zambian squad has a 2012 AFCON winning skipper Munyao, Kaririro Kakonje, Billy Mwanza, Clive Hachirensa, Ichani Himonde, Faxon Kapumbu, Jimmy Chisenga, Justin Kenneth Nketani. Others are Fayo Tembo, Felix Katongo, Nchimunya Mwetwa, Clifford Mulenga, Ignatius Reaper, and Kenneth Babo Malitori will double as assistant to Big Pa. The Legends Clash has been organized as part of celebrations for the 59th independence anniversary for Zambia. Fars Eastern of the match that will also be a celebration between the two countries. Up next, the weather evening report. Stay tuned.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100, Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Nika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Econ.
Northwestern, Copperbelt, Lopula, Northern, Muchinga, Eastern, and Central partly clouded showers over Mwinilunga, Kawambwa, Ncherenge, Mbala, Serenje, Petauke districts, and the surrounding areas. The evening cloudy, windy at times, and warm. Ends the weather report for the evening.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Roofing Africa.
That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. Four children die in unclear circumstances in Sierra. Kampiongo warned the people sponsoring anarchy in the PF not to destabilize Michael Sata's memorial service. Ghana limited gas supply triggers nationwide power outage. For more news, follow us on Facebook at 5FM Radio Zambia. Crew and the technical department thank the board of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Hebet Mutabi.